Hi guys, I just wanted to show you how to do this composite, how to put that girl on these wings. And I'm going to start from scratch. Here is the girl and my background is over there. So I have to select her first, and I have a really easy selection to do. So I'm going to grab my quick selection tool, and I'm going to go select subject, and it's going to select it for me. Okay, select subject, please. I didn't click hard enough, and here it is. My selection is pretty good. I have a few little adjustments to do, but after all, really good selection. Really easy too. So I would like to remove that hair from here so I can show you something later. So I'm going to, as I have my quick selection tool, I'm going to hold my option, and I'm going to option for Mac, out for PC, and I'm going to just subtract from that selection, release my option because I didn't do good. And after all, that looks like a great selection, and I'm going to just put a layer mask by clicking on that button. Then I'm going to go to select and mask, or I'm going to go to my properties, and from here I'll go to select and mask, and I'll be on black. So you can choose from here how you want to see your selections. I'm on black, and I'm going to grab my refine edge tool. R is the shortcut. I'm going to remove this. Sometimes you're going to have a little white glow going. If I put her on a white background, there is no problem, but I may have that little glow going, and I'm going to shift the edge. Let me go and zoom in a little bit. That's really easy selection, but I'll shift my edge in. I'm really not happy with this tool. I use something else. Let me go B for my brush to fix this thing here. I'll go OK, and if I don't forget, I'll tell you how I'll fix this. B again, because I see her B for my brush. I see her transparent. Oops, I have to be with white. X to switch the colors. I see that transparency here going on. And let me just grab her and move her. She is selected now, and I can move her to my background. So I'm going to use my move tool, this one, and make sure auto select is not selected when you move subjects from one picture to the other, because that may be a problem. The tool will auto select wherever you click on is visible. Different tutorial. So I'm going to grab my move tool, and I'm going to click on her and grab her, and I'm going to bring her to the background, and I'm not going to release my mouse there, because if I do, she is not going to go through. So I'm going to drag her here, and I'm going to release her, and it looks pretty good. Everything looks good. Size looks good if you have to adjust the size, but something is not looking good to me. I think I have to change the perspective a little bit, or I have to just bring the wings down a little bit. I think she looks great here, but the wings are kind of high for my taste. There is nothing wrong with the wings, and if you may like it exactly there, but I want to show you the perspective wrap. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this, and I'll show you how to adjust your wings. Edit and perspective wrap, and all kind of suggestions are going to come out. Oh, they don't. Okay, that's a new computer. I'm surprised. So I'm going to kind of create a little, that tool is going to come out, and I'm going to create a little rectangular thing here, and I'm going to put them wherever the wings are. I want to bring them lower to to her shoulder, so I want to bring them from here down, okay? So then I'm going to make that thing and going to try to align it somehow. You can align it later, but if you can align it right now, it will be great. So I'm going to stop somewhere here, so I make sure the floor doesn't move when I move the top, or when I move the floor, the top doesn't move, okay? So here it is, and I'm going to make another one, and they're going to click together in a second. And trying to make it, look how it become blue, and it's going to snap to it. So I'm going to try to make it even with the other one, so I don't do it later. But this one is not even, so I'm going to grab this one and move it a little bit, and it's going to go there. So W is the shortcut for wrap after you're done with the layout. So I'm going to click on wrap, and the suggestions are coming again. So you can watch separate tutorial, but for the wings, just listen to me. So I'm going to hold my shift key, and I'm going to, when that thing become yellow, I'm going to click on it so it stay yellow, okay? And this is so I can move both of the points together, because if I don't have that yellow thing here, when I move that point, just this point is going to move. So this point and this point now are connected, and I'll move them together. We're going to do the same thing with shift and click on that thing so it stay yellow. So I want to bring the wings down, and I'm going to grab this or this, doesn't matter, and I'm going to try to stay still, not to go this way and this way, okay? So I'll bring it down, and now these wings are on her shoulders as I want them to be, okay? I'm not saying that's the right way. This is how I want them. And if you have to move the floor, you can do the same. You can move the floor a little bit, well, not too much, of course, but you can go down, you can go up, wherever you like. Just showing you what you can do. Then you can agree with it by clicking here, or just clicking on enter or return, okay? So I'll show you, this is before and after, and I'm not saying that's the right place the wing's supposed to be. I'm saying that's how you can move them, okay? And now I'm going to grab her and look at that selection again. I'm going to go really close, and because she is on white, it looks pretty good. But if I put a black layer below, I'm going to show you a filter I use. Let me just fill it with black. I'll show you the glow. See that glow here? There are many ways to fix it, but one of the ways, and it's going to fix it all over, so it may not be the best way, but sometimes is the best and the quickest. When I have the mask selected, see, mask is active, not her. Filter, and I'm going to go others and minimum. Just, did you see how it disappeared? And this does much better job than the shift when you select in mask. 4 is too much. I'm just going to go with 2. You know, I'm killing some details with this 2. Let me go with 1. That looks fantastic on white, okay? So you don't need to do that on this one, but I can go select in mask from properties, and I can go and grab my R is the shortcut, refine edge, and refine some hair if I have some hair sticking out and stuff. Okay, so white on white looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad at all. Nobody will know. So I wanted to show you that part here. That's why I wanted to remove her here. So I'm going to move her a little bit this way. Let me figure out how to do the shadows. So when she was on white, and the selection is not perfect again, but I'm going to bring some of her gown now. So this is without selection, and we have white. So I'm going to go make sure I'm in white color. I will be with my brush tool, and I'm going to go down to 10% opacity, something like this. B for my brush again, making it bigger, 10% opacity. I'm on white. I'm going to bring some of the original. You know, 10% is a little bit. See how I have here from this showing? I'm going to be on the mask, okay? And I'm going to grab my smudge tool, make sure I'm in normal brush. I'll go for 50% opacity, making it big, and I can move that thing in a little bit with my making it bigger. Make sure you're not on her, you're on the selection, okay? You're on the layer mask, and I'm going to just kind of smudge it here and there. Again, my brush, B for my brush, and 10% opacity, come a little bit too. I mean, I'm going to make it nice and slow, but when I do tutorials, I'm bringing some of her floor back, so her shadows are with her. And B for my brush again, making it bigger, and X to switch the colors. I overdid it here. Then this floor is kind of dark, so I'm going to make it brighter to look better with the dress, or I will darken the dress a little bit. But let me go adjustment and levels, and I'm going to brighten up the floor a little bit. Command I is to invert, and here it is, image adjustments, invert, and I'm going to paint that B with my brush, and I'm going to paint the brighter floor here. It's a little bit X to switch the color. It's a little bit dark anyway. The darker side is too dark to me. So now the gown is perfectly matched with the floor. You can adjust it with a little bit better. This is tutorial again. Now I will sometimes I have to do now some shadows. The shadows are done in different ways. Sometimes I will just flip one of the side of the wing, because when you shoot from this side, you lit that has more light than this one, and this one is darker. So sometimes I may grab my quick selection tool and select that part and flip it on the other side, okay? And this wing is kind of something of this sort. So command J, or layer, new layer from selection, whatever, command layer where copy, and I have that thing on new layer, and I'm going to go edit, free transform, and I'm going to, my pivot point is missing. Here is my pivot point. I'll put it somewhere here. right click and flip horizontal, and it's going to go there. Apparently it was not on the middle, but something of this sort. And then this is going to be dark enough. I think we may add some more darkness, but this is one of the ways. Just I think you know, then you have to kind of put a little bit of layer mask and kind of blend it better. B for my brush, X to switch the colors, and making that thing smaller with the bracket key. And I can kind of blend it a little bit, you know. Then that is not enough in this case. So this is, I'm just going to remove it to show you how, if you cannot do that, how you can do this. So this is shiny, and I'm going to remove the shine from it first. I'm going to go to levels, and going to remove the whites, the highlights from here. Okay, then I'm going to invert it, Command I, or image adjustments and invert. Then I'm going to paint it with white brush, X to switch the color, B for my brush, again 75% is too much. I can reduce the opacity, however, or I can adjust it from here. Now this is not enough. I'm going to add another adjustment layer, another levels, and I'm going to make it darker, pretty much the same thing. Command I is the shortcut, but again, for those who don't speak English, adjustments, invert, and I'm going to make sure I'm with white and add more. And I will keep adding layers if I have to. Something of this sort. Kind of became blue, but shadows are different tutorial. I'm not doing it. Kind of looks dark. Go far to see how it looks. She may need to be moved a little bit higher, something like that. And if you overdo it, you can always reduce the opacity or fix it from here. I think it looks good. Probably I need another layer to make it here a little bit darker. And you see that little patch here. I'm going to go on the layer mask again, layer mask, and grab my smudge tool, 50% big smudge tool. Make sure the layer mask is active. And I'm going to push it in a little bit. Okay. And that looks pretty good. And that's all. You can do it your way if you want to. This is my way, okay? I'm not saying your is wrong or mine is right. I think she should go a little bit higher. Then I would, with the liquify tool, move that thing down. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Let me move it down. I am going to activate this. First time using liquify with this tool, with this computer. Make sure this is what is active, not the layer mask. I'm going to go filter liquify, Command Shift X is the shortcut. And if you want to see where it was, and it's here, and I'm going to, you're not going to see well because I should have remembered the exact layer, but I know exactly where to push, so. Okay. And now it's pushed, but layer mask is not pushed. Okay, so I'm going to activate the layer mask, and I'm going to go to filter, and I'm going to go liquify, so it does absolutely apply the same mesh. Okay, so I don't have to go to the filter. It's going to just look at the dress down there when I click liquify. Here we go. And that's it. Thank you very much.